There. Now, the next thing and the last thing I want to talk about is changes in basic strategy. Isn't that terrible after I told you all this stuff about learning basic strategy? There's called index plays. I'm going to show them here. And these are variations to basic strategy. Now when you think, I'm putting out a regular deck here. Basic strategy was designed off of a full deck, a regular deck. But when we're in the hot, we don't have a regular deck. We have an abnormal deck. We have a deck variant. We have a deck that has
with a bunch of, yeah.
we have a deck with a bunch of tens in it. So that changes your basic strategy a little bit.
Right.
So these changes are very important. And when you cross the warm line, the basic strategy says you're 16, you would always hit it versus a 10. But once you cross the warm line, you would stand on your 16 versus a 10.
Because you're going to get 26 probably.
Exactly. There's more 10s in the deck. Now, insurance is a bad bet. When that dealer has the ace up, put it here, the dealer has the ace up, they will talk to you and say, do you want insurance? Now, normally, that is a very bad bet. But we know when we're playing in the warm, in the hot, we're actually in the hot, that there's more 10s out there. So we've increased the chances that there's a 10 under that ace. So when we're in the hot, we would take the insurance.
Save half our money.
Exactly. Because the chances that the 10 is under there has greatly increased because we playing with this variation of the deck as a deck variant.
What is the basic strategy on insurance?
You never take it.
Never take it.
Never take it.
Oh.
But if you're counting cards and you know you're in the hot, you have extra 10s out there.
Right. So you take
So
it.
that it becomes a good bet. Now, the same thing in the hot,
Wow, that's a 15 versus a 10. You're going to
stand. And if it's hot.
That's got people are going to. That's going to.
Well, that's a telltale because they're going to see, they will watch you with a small bet out there, you're going to hit your 15 versus the 10. And then you put your big bet out there and you don't hit your 15.
Yeah, you make it sound like
This is in the hot though.
I don't want to
That's
go.
But I disagree
That's
with
not-
that because
Well, who knows better, you or him, really?
no, but I disagree with what you're saying. It's not going to draw attention.
Why?
Because there are people at the table that never hit any hand that they can bust.
Exactly.
They play horrible.
At that one
blackjack.
time it won't draw attention, but if they analyze your play and watch you're hitting your 15s versus a 10 with your small bet, and then standing on your 15s versus a 10 with your big bet, that is the telltale.
Okay.
Off of the one initial play, they won't.
Let me ask one quick question based on what he just said, though. If you're at a table where you're playing basic strategy and a couple other people are trying to do what they remember of basic strategy,
Right.
and you've got a couple of jamokes who are just clueless,
Right.
do the bad players negatively impact your game or not at all?
That is the biggest misnomer.
Because I've seen people get up and leave. I'm
Yes,
not sure
exactly.
they should.
In
You were
fact,
going to say that word.
in fact, it doesn't. And I sometimes, when I have a real good fast dealer and a good penetration and I want to get people off the table, I'll do something stupid with a small bet. And people say, this guy's messing the table up, messing the flow of the cards, and they'll leave, and they'll leave the table to me alone.
Oh, that's what you've been doing all this time.
Yes. So, the answer to that question, it has no effect on you whatsoever in the long run. It's going to help you and hurt you exactly equal in the long run.
Okay.
But you may only remember the time they mess you up, and that's part of it. But it's a waste of mental energy to worry about that person on third base that took the bus card.
Okay.
Because you're counting.
Doesn't it speed up the counting though?
Yes, if you
It
yes.
speeds it up,
Right.
right?
The fewer players you mean?
No, the more players you have, right? More cards getting out.
Well, it's better in the cold, but it's not beneficial in the hot.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
So, and those players like you just mentioned can be beneficial. But for example, let's suppose people believe in this flow of cards. You're messing the flow of cards. If you can't mess the flow, the cards are random. And all you're going to do if the dealer hits, this bad player hits this hand, all he's done is change the random nature of the deck. You're going to get a different random hand. It's still random.
Right,
So it doesn't affect you. So if you can get those players off the table when it's hot, that's beneficial. Sometimes when I spread the two hands, people think they're messing up the flow and they pull their bet back, which is good for me because then I get more rounds into the hot.
Right, okay.
And then sometimes, if the deck is cold and I back out, the other person say, well, you're messing up the flow, they'll add a hand in the cold, which means they're
More
eating up the
cards,
cards.
yeah.
They're going to get me to the shuffle quicker.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, But don't worry about that. In the long run, it's going to help you and hurt you. Although it's very painful. There's many times I've been sitting there with huge bets out and I've doubled down and so forth. And I have, when you split and double down, sometimes I may have 3, 4, 5 of my max bets out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And then somebody will take it. Yeah, and I just say, well, you know, next time around they're going to help me. And
They should give you half me.
yeah, I know, exactly. That's part of it there.
I have another question about, what about blackjack against a dealer's ace?
That is considered basic insurance, and you even
Always
money. You're talking about
always
taking-
take it.
No, you don't take even money. Only in the hot you would take even money because that's basic insurance.
So never take insurance.
And never
at
take
any
even
point,
money.
except when you're in the hot. And even if you have you don't want to guarantee yourself money.
But
Yeah.
I always take even money.
No, that's you're costing yourself money. You're costing yourself a huge amount of money. That's,
So just say that again.
4%.
But he
Wait,
takes
wait.
even money,
Wait, wait,
not,
wait, wait.
no, not counting.
Yeah, he takes even money. Even money is
And then
when-
you have a
When
blackjack.
they have an ace, I
Yeah,
have a blackjack,
even
I always
money-
take the winner. I always take the
yeah
winner.
when the player has the
I don't want to
blackjack.
waste that blackjack
Right.
if they have blackjack.
Yeah, and where's the blackjack? Let me find an ace. There's aces in here. There we go. There's a blackjack. The player has a blackjack,
Right.
and the dealer has an ace up.
Okay.
I take the
So they offer you even money,
Right.
and you never take even money because you're getting paid 3 to 2. You never take it.
Okay.
Now, if you're counting cards and the deck is hot, then the chances of a 10 being under there have increased greatly. In that case, only in the hot deck you would take even money.
Okay.
Okay?
It's hot. You figure they got the blackjack.
Blackjack.
Take even money.
See, with me, it depends on what I bet. If it's a $10 bet, I'm gonna not take
Take
it.
it.
But if I put $75 up there,
You're
I
gonna-
take the even money.
Yeah, no, but see, that's based on your bet, and that's not based on the
Right,
cards.
right.
When you're